Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of I Keep Forgetting Where the Camera Is. I'm used to the camera being up on the screen, the monitor, but oh well.
What happened to it?
Well, I think one of the cats knocked it down and now getting it back up there.
Why?
Well, with all this stuff up here,
I mean, where is it now?
right here.
Let's put it back up.
I will. I want to recommend this book. This is actually, the original title was The People's Pottage, but this is I guess you'd say not really a new edition, but
Updated.
yeah, something
Newer.
like that. Yeah, so 50th anniversary edition. So I want to recommend that. It's by Garrett. Yes, that's how you pronounce his name. No, that's not his birth name, but anyway. So I wanted to say something. I'm watching this documentary titled After Armageddon, a SHTF scenario. If that day ever came, I would be the biggest a-hole that you've ever known. And the sad thing is, even with my wife, I would be a big a-hole. And it's not that I would be that way to be mean, at least not to her. I wouldn't be that way with her to be mean. I would be that way with her to try and save her life and to keep her as safe as I can keep her. I mean, bad things are going to happen, people. Really bad things are going to happen. I don't know if you can hear her in the background, but she's in the kitchen. But
After coffee.
she's after coffee. So, that's But anyway, I wanted to say that I mean, there are people we're friends with, people we're acquainted with, people we know.
No.
And some of them we would work with, if it ever came down to that. On the other hand, there are others we would definitely not work with. But I was also thinking, if it hit the fan, there's no TV, there's no radio, there's no internet.
There's a cat named John.
Oh, hey, John.
He wants to host. He wants to be your co-host.
Hey, here's the co-host, John M. Quintanilla. Oh, you see yourself on the screen?
John.
This is John M. Quintanilla. Well, it's very warm, actually, and it's a very cold night. We have a storm coming through.
Not snow, but just cold as hell.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
I think I figured out a secret to this thing.
What?
The fuller I keep the water tank, the more it puts out.
Oh, okay. My wife got herself a Keurig.
Sometimes the cups come out a little smaller, and I think it's because the water's down. It's almost like a water pressure issue.
What I want to say is, some people are going to oh, what do I do? I'm just sitting here with nothing to do. When, it hits the fan.
Well, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, and see, my wife and I, we like the internet. We love the internet.
Well, we keep in contact with our families with it, a lot of it is.
Yeah, our family and friends and acquaintances. But we also have a lot of books. We have puzzles. We have board games.
We have 3 cats.
We have 3 cats and a dog.
Keep us entertained.
Yeah. So what
John will be a good mouse catcher.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, if it hit the fan and rodents became an issue.
He's not skittish.
No, John would.
He loves to go after birds.
Yeah, John would take care of rodents for us.
I think his mother would too.
Yeah.
I think Maggie would too. I don't think she'd be afraid of him at all.
No, but his sister.
She's kind of.
She's skittish.
Skittish cat.
Yeah.
But she might catch something too. You never know.
Yeah. But I want to in our bug out bags. One thing we bought this month, was 2 sets of cards, of playing cards, and a set of dominoes. They're little cheap dominoes from the dollar store.
I think we should try to buy each a deck of Uno cards too,
It might be a good idea.
because that's a little different than.
And what another thing I was thinking of for the bug out kit would be Magic the Gathering, is to get each of us a starter set, and then each of us at least 3, maybe 5,
Kind of expensive, aren't they?
yeah, um, booster
Complicated.
packs. Yeah, I've never figured it out. Now, when JJ and and the good people
Do you
used
have
to,
to play? Have like a? Is there like a manual or something?
it comes with the instructions. When JJ and the good
Yeah.
people were at the CAC, they used to have I don't even know how you say it.
Like a community thing.
Yeah, they would have a game night, where they would play Magic the Gathering, and who knows what they do over there now, if anything.
I have an idea.
But that was in the old days. Yeah, there used to be some good people around. They all leave because you know why. I'm not going to get into all that. But yeah, I just want to say, the two things. One, you need to have things to do, and that means board games, card games, uh, puzzles,
Look,
books. We even have books on games. Um, Another idea would be to take the food that you have and be very careful, because this is all the food you have. You don't know when you're going to get more food and what it's going to be, if anything. And I don't know if experiment's the right word. Maybe it is.
what?
If you have food and you're looking for something to do, you know how sometimes when I cook, I just kind of throw things together.
Concoction.
Concoctions, yeah. Think about, well, if I have this ingredient, and that ingredient. How can I use these?
How can you combine it?
Yeah, how can I combine them? That would be an interesting thing. That would be something that would take up your physical and mental capacities.
Kind of an experiment with food.
Yeah. Um, so
But
yeah, the thing is, you don't want to waste the food. You don't want to say, well, I'm going to try this, and then it doesn't work, and you won't eat it, and you have to throw your food out, and that may be all the food you have. So,
make something relatively familiar.
yeah,
You know you'll eat.
yeah. And, we have plenty of books.
Really.
Not like I got up not too long ago. Anyway, so have things to do. Like I said, we have puzzles, we have board games, we have books, we have some food we can work with. We can write, we can draw. There are things that can be done. Now, we do have a guitar, but that's, I think, and we have a harmonica. So there you go. That's.
But you need to tune it and give it some strings.
Yeah. So that's, find things to do, because you're not going to have the internet, you're not going to have the radio, you're not going to have the TV, you're not going to have the CD player, the record player. Well, people.
The MP3 player, maybe.
Yeah, most people don't even have record players anymore, but we do.
Yeah.
Although I would love to get one of those old Victrola
Well,
type.
having an electric for it is going to be the next issue.
Yeah. See, that's another reason I'd like us to get a pedal sewing machine. Treadle, thank you. Treadle sewing machine, because then you can still sew. Think about it. A treadle sewing machine. Nobody else has a sewing machine.
It will be valuable.
Yeah, you can make clothes for people. People are gonna. People pay you in silver and gold for.
You can't go to Walmart anymore.
Yeah, and some people might say, well, what about cloth? Well, you take rags, if you will, and you put them together like that. Oh, what's that country singer from Tennessee? She has Dolly Parton. Her song "A Rag of Many Color" or "A Rag of Many Colors," "Coat of Many Colors." You just take things and put them together, and you have new clothes.
I wonder if you can sew animal furs together on that.
Probably so, if you got the right kind of needle, like probably a heavy needle. Yeah, probably a heavy needle.
Or you might have to shave off kind of like get it down to the skin and sew in the skin area. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So I'm just trying to, one, I'm just
Probably need
talking.
a hole.
Yeah. So you want things to do, and also I would hope my wife would understand if we were, especially if we had to leave, if we were just right here, if we stay put, I probably wouldn't be an a-hole any more than I already am, which I'm a pretty big one. But if we had to
You
leave,
were, I tell you, you were.
thank you, sweetie. But if we had to leave, then I would probably become a really big a-hole. Why? Because I'd be trying to keep her alive, not just alive, but safe. Like, get your head down. You know, the problem is she doesn't snore.
You.
I do. So, and I snore loud. Okay? I have caused earthquakes with my snoring.
People hear him with the bedroom door shut.
Yeah.
That way.
So, people, if I was sleeping and she was the one awake on guard, that wouldn't be a good thing because people would hear me snoring. So that's actually something that should be
Addressed.
addressed. Yeah.
We're gonna have to look for one of those things, those mouth things, like they advertise on television.
Yeah.
See if that'll help you.
Also,
I know part of your problem is you sleep with the tobacco in. That
oh.
probably doesn't help.
Another thing is or medicine. You're not going to have medicine, so look at over-the-counter drugs that you can go ahead and buy now that will complement. I don't complement. They may not be quite the same as a prescription drug, but they'll still help. Like, what is it, 5-HTP? I'm trying to buy that. Not a whole lot. I think I bought one bottle.
Where'd you get that at?
I think at the co-op.
Co-op?
I think at
What
the
is that for? Your stuff?
Yeah, in case I run out of my antidepressant, I can take that. But I can't
Now,
take
what
it.
can I take, to be equivalent to mine?
We have to look that up. That's a good question.
And we have to look up how to make our own mouthwash, remember?
Yeah, I sent you some links.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So.
I wish we would just put it on Facebook.
Yeah, I did. So, think about this kind of stuff, people, because the simplest things are things that you just don't think about. You go into the kitchen and get a glass of water. You're not going to be able to go in the kitchen and get a glass of water.
What kitchen?
Yeah, I mean, if you have to bug out, what are you going to do? Oh, they're like our situation. We have lots of potable water in our area. What if it becomes unpotable? What if we are in a survival situation and we have to leave? Well, yeah, there's a river right down there, but maybe yeah, you have to get to it, and maybe somebody's going to see you or hear you. So you have to think about this stuff because we have lots of water here. My gosh, do we have lots of water. This area versus what we had in Texas, my gosh, Texas is dry. This area has, we have snow, we have rain, we have lakes, ponds, rivers, creeks. Actually, we don't have a whole lot of creeks. We have a lot of rivers, though. But you get the picture. So, we would have potable water, especially in winter. Although you have to watch out for yellow snow, what they call yellow snow.
Yeah, that stuff. You don't want that.
Yeah. But,
that's nasty.
Yeah, so think about that, people. And, having some cats is not a bad idea because, like, we have our cats are pet cats, but if it hit the fan, they would probably become rodent catchers. Yeah. Lucky would become friends with the rodents.
Oh, I don't know. I had a beagle once. She followed a mouse through her trailer.
Oh. But like John's over there, he's, and like
he was in her bed and She went after him and
Oh.
chased him,
So,
pursued him. It's like, hey, get on my bed.
and
She may not have the claws to catch him, but she was sure after him.
so think about this kind of stuff, people, and explain to your loved ones, like I'm explaining to you, but my wife is right here, that if we bugged out, it's not that I would be being mean to her to be mean to her. I would just be an a-hole because I'm trying to keep her safe and alive. Safe and alive are two different things. Safer, I guess, is the way to put it. So I would still, don't get me wrong, it's not that, like I said, I'm not going to be an a-hole just to be an a-hole. If I say, get your head down, it's not that I'm saying it in a way to be mean, I'm saying it so she gets her head down. I think I think people would understand, but have puzzles, have books, have board games, have dominoes, have checkers, have chess, have whatever you can get. And because you know what, it may not be something you spend a whole lot of time with right now, but when you have days and days and days and days
Of doing nothing.
yeah, of doing nothing,
It's going to wear on your nerves.
yeah, and all of a sudden those board games, those card games, those books are going to be so important to you. It's better that you have those things to occupy your time than having fights with your loved ones, because that's what's going to happen. You don't want that, because then somebody's going to decide to leave and they're going to get killed, and both of you are going to realize too late that you should have just stayed put together. So, anyway.
Well, you're going to have to spend your time doing things to keep you alive, too.
Yeah. And we could garden. That's another thing. We have seeds.
Yeah, but we don't know what luck we have with weather up here.
Yeah. Our weather
We have a
is,
hard time getting enough sufficient sunlight.
yeah. So we need short season crops, seeds of short season crops. But just some things to think about.